It's your boy Anbu Loco bringing you my Zamasu deck profile. This is a very fun deck to play. Did really great at a local tournament. So, without further ado, of course, you got your leader. You got Fuse Zamasu. Once per turn, choose one card in your life, throw in your drop area. When you do that, if it's a blue card and it was put in the area drop area by this skill, you draw a card. When you awaken with this card, you draw two cards and you flip it over. And this is where the real fun starts to begin. So if your opponent's dealing damage to you, like let's say they swing at you for 1, right? Then, well, you just mill the top 5 cards. Of course, it goes, if it double strike, okay, you do 10, total 10. Triple strike, of course, you do your math, 15, some out there. When this leader attacks, draw 1 card, pretty standard. But that whole permanent effect where it's milling cards, really, really good. Because most of the time, you're going to have the pieces you need in your hand already. So, I run 1 Kami. Why? Because you got to respect Kami. You just have to. It's a good counter to the meta right now. Even though it's 1, it still does what it needs to do when I, come against those decks that are just flooding the field like crazy. I run 4 of the new Supreme Kai of Time. It's a counterplay card, so your opponent plays a card. You tap 1, you play it. Your opponent and yourself can swing with cards to 2 or less until your opponent's next turn, the start of their next turn. So if you got some little fancy plays you want to do, just kind of don't worry about it. But you play that card, you draw a card, which is this deck. You're not swinging with anything less than a 4. Half the time, you might swing with a 3. I run 3 of the Borges. Amazing card. Most cards we're going to keep saying are amazing because all of them are really good cards. Play this card, it allows you to draw a card. Your opponent, when they stand up cards, use our energy using non-awaken like skills. So being in it or trying to throw out a dimension, or even if they're playing like skillless and they're trying to do his auto, your opponent has to get rid of energy at that point. They have to send it to the drop area. I run 4 of the Black Gokus. Play it if your leader is a Zamasu or Black Goku. You draw a card, and you can't play another one of these specific Black Goku countdown to destruction until your next turn. But if you wanted to free play it, your energy has to be at 5 or so let's say 5. Yeah, 5 or more energy. With you playing injections and stuff in this deck, you'll get there pretty good. But, if you just got a hard cast, you draw a card off of it. Free play, draw a card off of it. I'll run 3 of the Undying Link Zamasu. Zamasu has indestructible, so if your opponent's trying to KO it with a skill or just even attacking it, doesn't do anything to this card, doesn't get KO, doesn't leave the field. When you play this card, if you have 5 or more energy, you can pluck 2 of your life, and then this card, and then you can stand back up 4 energy, which is a great play. Like, hey, I'm going to pluck, and I'm going to stand back up 4. So the 4 you pay for this card is almost like it's a free cost. Almost. You just got to pluck the life. Which helps with self-awakening. With this leader, you have to be down to 2 life, 2 self-awakening. But with this next card, it kind of stops that. So next, we're running the Fuse Zamasu Fusion Refined. Amazing leader because you can awaken if you have 3 or more life. So that really helps this deck move a little bit faster as far as milling cards down to get to your big play. If you are down to 15 cards in your deck, you tap 2 blue energy, and then you put this card in drop area and you play the 10 drop. And this is really what you're trying to get to right here. I run 3 of them. Infinite Force Fuse Zamasu. You don't even worry about Union Bator. You're not Union Bator anything with this deck. It's coming out based on that card's effect. Has indestructible. And then auto, when this card attacks, you choose up to 1 of each. So you're choosing 1 card in your opponent's life, you're choosing 1 card in your opponent's energy, you're choosing 1 card in their hand, and then you're choosing 1 battle card on the field. And then you're sending all that to the bottom of your opponent's deck. And that's a heavy play. And you keep doing that, and you're just wearing your opponent down, unless of course that you get rid of it, which doesn't have barriers, so you can't get rid of it. But when you're really pushing at that point, it's a good card. Right now, I'm running 3 of the Son Goku path of the whatever. There you go.
Past to infinity.
Yeah, I couldn't see it upside down. So you basically you got that 4-drop Zamasu. You tap one, and then if your leader is a blue leader, you choose one card. Or excuse me, choose that card 4 or less. Or excuse me, not 4 or less, just a total of 4, and then you bring it back to your hand and you play this card. Good little cool play. Most of the time I don't play it, so most of the time I just charge this card because my whole game is to get to the 10-drop. Running 4 super combo. This one particularly just because you can use it with gods. You can run a blue super combo if you want to, which will actually help with more consistency when you're milling. Excuse me, you're sending one card from your life to draw a card. This one though, you drop one card and then you draw 2 cards. So again, it's that whole thing of helping you get to where you need to get to quicker, as far as getting to your 10-drop. As I already said it, I run 2 super combos. Yeah, I'm running 1 hidden power, and then yeah, I'm running 1 chopper. It was just I have so many decks built. I just chose the last 2 double strikes that I had in my arsenal of cards, and I just put it there. This card I did not read at first until I actually played it, and I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. So I'm going to bump this up to 4, meaning I got to cut some stuff down. But if your leader is a black Zamasu or black Goku or Zamasu, you play this card, it gets plus 10,000, right? But if the energy between you and your opponent is a total of 7 or more, you can play this card in your energy in rest mode. So that's going to help with ramping in this deck all together. That is an amazing card. Like I said, I'm bumping it back up to 3 or 4. I'm running 2 minus kill zone just so I can just stop my opponent from trying to hit me with counter plays, so where I can't attack when I do my big moves. Running 4 beans. Standard tap 1, then you stand back up another energy. Gives your battle card or leader card plus 5 for the duration of the turn. For objections, tap 2, put 1 card from your hand into the energy. So again, you got a few cards in here that's helping you ramp pretty quick. As far as negates, and this is just the last thing, so 4-dimension magic, if you need to awaken, you can pluck a life and then play this card if you got, which you're going to have 5 cards in the drop area most of the time, or you just tap the 1, play it, stand back up 2 energy. And then I run the Wizard's Coercion, tap 1, stand back up 1. So that's my Zamasu deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed, and thanks.